Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Aisyah Nurfadilah binti Anwar and my number ID is BME22111045.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Naquiya binti Ridzuan and this is my number ID.
My name is Nur LiyanaShahira binti Yusri. My ID number is BME2307017.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. So my name is Nur Syakirah binti Hishamudin and this is my ID number.
So now, I would like to explain about question number 1. The question is, briefly explain the primary factors expected to contribute to the increase in inflation in Malaysia in 2024. So here are some primary factors that I include for the answer. The primary factors that I expected to contribute to the increase in inflation in Malaysia in 2024 include number 1, food inflation. Prices of food items are expected to rise, contributing to the overall inflation rate. Food and non-alcoholic beverages account for 30% of the total weight in the Consumer Price Index (CPI). Number 2, housing and utilities. Housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels account for 24% of the CPI. Increases in these costs are expected to contribute to inflation. Number 3 is transportation. Transport costs, which account for 15% of the CPI, are also expected to rise, contributing to the overall inflation rate. Number 4, miscellaneous goods and services. Prices of miscellaneous goods and services, which account for 7% of the CPI, are expected to increase, contributing to the inflation. So these are the factors that are expected to drive the inflation rate in Malaysia to remain around 2 to 3.5% in 2024 compared to the last year, which is 2.5%.
The article identifies several types of inflation impacting Malaysia economy. Cost push notification demand inflation occurs when an increase in the cost of production and decrease the aggregate supply. Besides, the article mentioned the potential of fuel targeted subsidies program and the managed fuel price mechanism by RON 95, which can increase transportation and production costs. The article also said about the headline inflation. This refers overall inflation rate that include all items in Consumer Price Index (CPI). The average headline inflation for the first 11 months of the year was 2.6% compared to an increase of 3.4% in 2021, and core inflation rate was 3.1% compared to 3% in 2022. The article states the average food inflation stood at 5.1% year-on-year YoY. Food inflation is the rise in the price of food commodities. Lastly, increase in supply profit push inflation. It occurs when the firm stock up on goods and create an artificial shortage to increase the price of goods in order to earn more profit.
First of all, I will talk about Program for Fuel Targeted Subsidy. A managed fuel pricing mechanism for RON 95 fuel is being implemented as part of the Program for Fuel Targeted Subsidy to guarantee that its price per liter stay between RM2.25 and RM2.35 with a limited range of fuel prices. This strategy seeks to balance market swings and subsidy allocation while offering consumer stability and support. So next one is eligible individual financial assistance given to people in need as determined by the PADU database can help lower income households lessen the burden of rising fuel prices. Subsidies are guaranteed to reach the most susceptible population thanks to this focused support. Next, supportive fiscal policy. Financial assistance and subsidy are vital in counterbalancing the growing prices of necessity, which can help keep inflation under control. Subsidy from the government lower the actual cost of these needs, making them more accessible to consumers. This lesson like food of sudden price rises which can be especially detrimental to people with lower income. Lastly, enhancing domestic supply network. Lowering inefficiency and bottleneck that drive up pricing require improving domestic supply network. The efficient flow of commodity from producer to consumer is achieved by optimizing this network, which also lower the cost of storage, transportation, and delays.
So for number 4 question, describe the potential consequences of rising inflation on the affordability of essential goods and services in Malaysia. Okay, so for the rising cost of living driven by higher price for essential goods is putting a significant strain on household budgets, particularly on lower income families. For inflation, currently at 4.5%, is contributing to the increased cost of essential food items. Additionally, managed food price for RON95 fuel could lead to higher transportation costs. As a result, households are experiencing reduced disposable income, with more spending on essential living, less for other expenses, potentially slowing economic growth. These higher expenses are also impacting household savings. In response, government interventions such as subsidies or cash handouts may be necessary to support low-income households. Okay, so the graph illustrates project inflation rates, food inflation rates, and around 94 fuel prices for measure from 2023 to 2024. Overall inflation is expected to rise from 2.8% in 2023 to 3.2% in 2024, indicating a general increase in the cost of goods and services. Food inflation is projected to decrease slightly from 5% in 2023 to 4.5% in 2024, while RON 95 fuel prices are forecast to rise from 2 ringgit and 5 cent per liter to 2 ringgit and 30 cent per liter. These changes suggest rising living costs, driven by higher fuel price, despite a slight moderation in food inflation, potentially increasing financial pressures on Malaysian households. Okay, so in conclusion, Malaysia's projected inflation rise to 3.2% in 2024 reflects a combination of cost-push inflation due to food price adjustment and non-food cost increase, alongside demand pull inflation driven by sustained domestic demand. While headline inflation is expected to grow, core inflation remains above pre-pandemic levels, and food inflation is anticipated to moderate due to better supply chains and stable global commodity price. This dynamic indicate a complex inflationary environment influenced by both domestic policy changes and global economic factors.